excited are you for the world to now see this?
I'm so excited. I want to hear everyone's reaction. I want to see everyone's reaction. I want to hear everyone's opinions. I want to see it all. I want to see it all.
So playing one of her sons, was there something special the three of you felt you had to do in order to kind of portray that familial sense?
To be honest, Jose and Martin, the guys playing my brothers, we became like real brothers so fast. And Griselda. Sofia was so charismatic and so talented that from day one, it was like we just clicked. Everything just clicked. We got it immediately, and that sense of community that we have as Latinos basically obviously helped. So from day one, we were like, hey, ¿cómo estás? Just like a lot of, we're loud, lovely, just everything, yeah.
Everybody's family, right?
Exactly, yes. Everyone has an aunt like that, yeah.
What did you learn about Griselda and her sons and everybody involved with her organization that you did not know before coming into this project?
See, that's complicated because I was born and raised in Colombia, so I pretty much knew the whole story. I didn't know she had one son left. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that, and then I found out.
See, for me, not really knowing anything about her, I found, especially the way Sofia portrayed her, she was a very complex woman. And did you find that? Did you find sides of her in the story that you thought, this is not the person that I had heard of?
No, because the script was so well written, and since I started reading it, I just saw this smart character. Basically, she's a smart lady to do what she did. You can't be just like, oh, I'm gonna do this and that's it. No, she was like put together. She knew what she was doing.
But ruthless.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for your time tonight. I can't wait for everyone to see it.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, you look beautiful.
Gracias, mi amor. Thank you so much.
So playing Estella, you have a big scene with both Dario and Griselda. I don't know why I couldn't remember the name. What was it like being chased by Sofia Vergara?
Yeah. I love it. La madrina.
Yeah.
Following me, like mi Estela, is like you feel, in the right place at the right moment. Griselda, of course, has a change from the beginning until the end. Estela is so in love with Griselda. She wants to be Griselda. She's learning everything, and she's willing to risk everything so she could be part of her inner cycle. So I have to say that this film empowerment, it makes me feel, very strong too. Even though I'm not excusing what Griselda or Estella did, it's very nice to work with women. It's such an amazing. I have these super powerful women that I have with me, always working with women, and it just makes me feel like, more confident and strong.
Do you think in real life that Dario and Estella were closer than what they portray in the show?
Yeah, I do.
Why do you say that? Because it is what it is. When the story, when you create a story and then comes to TV, it's always a different way. The director is just giving, even though it's very, they humanize it, every character. So it's beautiful to see this story that is different compared with other story. Catherine Zeta-Jones also portrayed Griselda and so many other versions, other people. So it's just such beautiful that 90% of the cast is Colombian, and the director is Colombian. So, and this is a Colombian story. So you don't want to miss Griselda on January 25th. I mean, it's going to be in 2 days. 2 days. Thank you so much. I can't wait for people to see it.
Thank you, sweetie.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So you played Chucho, who was really one of her heavy kind of guys that did a lot of her dirty work for her. So what was that like? Was it fun?
It was fun because I had very tough scenes, but funny scenes as well. When I found Sofia Vergara, oh my God! When I first met her, I said, oh my God, she's so generous. She's a very professional, and she's the producer as well. She's the star of our show, but at the same time, she's the producer. And I say, oh my God, she's a powerful girl. We have a lot to learn about her.
How much did you know about Griselda, and what did you learn?
Oh my God! I learned that money is not everything in life. You could have everything. You could have money. Like Griselda, she bought a mansion. She bought a penthouse in New York. She had a lot of money, $2 billion. She had, and suddenly she's not happy. She was not happy, and that is my big message that I could took from Griselda. Colombia has very strong stories, and that's why the industry is watching this. And okay, we want the story. That's why I'm gonna buy the rights for these stories. And I saw many documentaries about Chucho Castro and Griselda because it happened in the real life. It's based on a real story.
She said to you about the nose in the scene.
What's the problem with my nose?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. But how did you not laugh?
Oh, what?
How did you not laugh?
I don't know. I don't know. Because that scene is so fun. It's so fun.
But it's tense
Yeah.
because you don't know if he's gonna pull out a gun.
Yeah. But there is a chemistry between Griselda Blanco and Eddie the Bear, my characters. You don't know if.
Yeah. She had a lot of tension with a lot of men like that. So how did you kind of make him stand out a little bit?
I think this is the challenge. This is the challenge, that to balance all this tension and the humor, because the scene has lots of humor, seduction. It has many things, and to do this with Sofia is so easy and so fun.
She made it look easy for everybody, and she was fantastic. And I loved your scene, so thank you so much.
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
I wish I could see your reaction when you actually see it. So we already talked to Orlando. Great, he was lots of fun.
Say something crazy?
No, oh, okay, now you're spilling.
No, because you never know what's gonna come out of his mouth. So
He said the three of you really were like a family together.
yeah, we really became a family. On set, it was so much fun working with them. And then every day off set, we would do something else: go to dinner, go to the park, go do something. And I think it was a great time. And I think they made this experience so much better for me. And really, any other castmate it was just so amazing.
I'm working with Sofia.
The best. She's so fun. She's so different. She's herself. You know, you expected her. To be someone more serious, and no, she's like the funnest person. She's so funny. She's so chill. She's just herself, and she taught me that, really, to be myself and not to always be someone different than who I am. Be myself.
Very good advice. You did not know who Griselda was. You were not born when she was alive. So what did you learn from this experience about her?
I learned that the easy way is never the right way. I learned, although all of the stuff that she did is not that easy, obviously, I think it's crazy that a person can do so much and affect so many people. And I think just to always be humble and always to do the right thing. I think that's the biggest lesson I learned from them.
So for your character, he did not do a lot of speaking, but he was very expressive with his face. So how much practice did you put into those moments?
I don't think it was much practice. I think it was more listening. I think acting is more about reaction than the action. And when you really listen to the other character, you really take in what they're saying, and it just comes naturally. That's I think that's how I do it. I don't know about the others.
So I talked to your two brothers,
Yeah.
and they both said it was like a family. So what did you do to kind of bring them in and kind of make everybody feel comfortable on set?
You know, I like to kind of break the ice. The first day, I did something very silly, but I think it was like the best move because Martin was a little nervous, and once I did that specific thing, he opened himself up, and we became real brothers.
You're not going to tell us what that thing was, are you?
let's just say that when you're in a room together, you're in a bed together, sleeping. The loudest thing will be.
Oh, okay. We get where you're going with this. That's okay. So, working with Sofia and the two other boys in the room, what was that like for all of you? I mean, I should get a little starstruck.
You know, I wasn't really starstruck. I didn't really watch Modern Family, but I think I was more shocked when I got the phone call that I was gonna work with Sofia, because not long before that, I worked on a different show, and I didn't have a mom in the show, and I told the producer, I said, if you hire a mom for the next season, you should hire Sofia Vergara. So I literally manifested Sofia Vergara.
So, when you first saw some of the scenes and you read the script, and what came to your mind originally in terms of music?
Well, it was a lot of conversations we had with Andy Weiss, the director. He's like right over there. So cool to see him in person. We've been in boxes this whole trip. So it was really trying to figure out the musical style. Took a while because this is a character that's larger than life. And we landed on opera, which I don't know, but we're kind of excited about it.
But how do you blend like a Latino flair to an opera?
Because it takes place in Miami and Colombia. So, and I grew up in Miami and I grew up in Central America. So it's like a pan-Latin American kind of sound, but maybe through the filter of opera. So it's operatic with a vibe. But con salsa, no?
Was there something specific in terms of instrumental or even instruments that you thought for drama preferences, there was something you had to use?
Yeah, so the performances are so incredible and larger than life that we started talking about Sofia's character being performing like an aria, like if she was a soprano. So a lot of the time that she's speaking or giving speeches, we went with a harpsichord. It's like totally.
Who would think of that? That's very true. Yeah.
He and we came up with it, and he approved at the end of the day. So we were very happy about that. It was very exciting.
So you played Papo, who made quite a move against Griselda. What was that like?
Well, one would say that Griselda made quite a move against Papo.
Well, yes.
You know what? It was a lot of fun. I've never played a part like this. I've done a lot of different things, and I've never played someone who was so thoroughly awful and odious, and that I really didn't know how to approach it. And I said, what am I going to do with this guy? And I was like, I'm just going to have fun. I'm going to go all in, and my job was to make you hate me, to root for me for my death, and I think I accomplished that. I think a lot of people were like, oh, great. What happened to him was great.
Yeah, I wasn't sad when he was gone.
I read a review that someone said we joyously watched him meet his end. And it wasn't for a bad thing. It was because I made him hate me, which was the point.
Right.
I'm not
you did
that.
your job.
Yeah, I did my job. I played this awful chauvinistic, guy, which is completely opposite. It's the complete antithesis of who I am as a man. Very, very, he was clearly very pre-feminism, because he was like, absolutely no way am I going to even attempt to listen to a woman.
Right.
Not even have a conversation. I'm going to do anything.
Very machismo.
Very machista, very, very Miami 1978, to be quite honest with you. Yeah.
But, he was very ruthless, but so was she. So how did you match Sofia in that energy?
Well, I mean, the character of Griselda pushed new ground when it came to involving members of families, things like that. Like, she had no filter. She didn't understand why other drug lords, other drug dealers, other people in that world, why they felt the need to stop at a certain line. She saw no line. She was the first one to do that, and it was very interesting. It was very interesting to see that. Look, the reason we root for her too is she cut a path in a world that was not meant for women, or at least they were told it wasn't meant for women. And I think that what more American story can there be than someone just breaking down that barrier, even if it's in the drug world?
So as an actor,
Yes.
How much did you have to research? How much did you know about Diaz? And working with Juliana,
Yes.
whose name I was trying to think, what was that interaction like for the two of you? Because really, she was leaving. She was out the door.
Yes. Great question.
when we meet Diaz, his career is ascending.
Yeah.
Juliana's career is going. She's almost out the door, as you said. And I think they're both outsiders they're Latin in a traditional white hierarchy of the police system. They immediately form a bond. They have a common interest, which is passion for justice, and they come together to go after that lady over there and those people over there. I'm always inspired when I'm asked to play a real person, because you try to do justice to what he actually did in real life. In my opinion, he's an incredible hero, and also what the scriptwriters wrote. You know, you've got to balance the two. I saw this documentary 15 years ago, Cocaine Cowboys. Have you seen it?
I haven't, and I have to see it. I keep saying.
It's incredible.
Yes,
It's
I know.
It's the true story, and you're like, this has to be fiction, but it isn't.
it's not.
It isn't. It's one of those incredible. I've only had like 3 of those, 4 in my life, where I'm like, is this real? So, and I remember Raul Diaz from the documentary. For some reason, his story impacted me. Yeah, and then
You were meant to play him.
I think so. I don't. We have to ask somebody, or maybe somebody. I think so. I'm gonna go with that.